1. Three, two, one.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. This is B-Hawk Live. This is actually right now the OGs, the XFL, STL talk show host. I'm one of them. Screw it. Tonight I'm going by Dirty. Right over there is my partner in crime every Wednesday night. It's the old times. Where's Daddy at? I told him to get in.
I sent him a link too.
We're always fashionably late on XFL, STL talk show.
I feel bad.
Welcome
man,
to the most unprofessional professional show on the internet today.
Refresh your screens, folks. Refresh your screens. Your eyes. Your eyes
this ain't
are
the
not.
X-Fan show.
Your eyes are not.
Sandy goes, "This looks familiar." Hey, if you guys missed it, you might want to tune into the A Team with RC because we're going to be
go back and watch that.
Go back and watch it. They actually had the honor and the privilege to interview Dr. Erin Shannon, a sports pathologist. This woman has this woman covers more things than the alphabet does. And those ladies did a wonderful, wonderful job. Now, with that being said, it's time to bash the Battlehawks. Let's go.
Yet. We got 30 minutes because we got a new show coming on at 9 o'clock. Girl Chat Sports will be joining. Make sure you go to Fuel Sports Network. Make sure you go and check it out if you ain't got your Roku TVs and your Amazon Fire Stick.
Whatever. Let's get to the games, will you? Let's get to the games. Let's go. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
So, all right.
Christ, let's go.
Really?
This team is such a lackluster. If I've
the
ever
highlights
seen
won't. The highlights won't tell you.
And we're also going to tag personnel set.
Going with a little screen over the middle of the field. And is it? It is! Jacob. Cookis has it stripped. Jared Thomas falls on it.
Faces down.
Run on one on the outside. Yep. McCarron looking that way. Pump fakes. Beautiful read to Jake Sutherland. Oh, Eric Douglas. Sailors with another carry. Shaking. Baking. Uh-oh! Jacob Sailors to the 50s. Carey. He's had great presence all out.
The ball, and we're also
tired of watching that crap. Tired of watching that. Who cares? Listen,
Hey.
I mean, listen. Ooh, they had one good game where they did something, And hey, speaking of that, Arlington, real quick, we're gonna bring somebody in. This is one half of the A Team. This is Amber, Miss Predator, the COO of Fuel, by the way. My boss, Arlington's right-hand lady, the one and the only Mrs. Predator. How are you? Mrs. Predator, we got a special guest for you. We got a special guest for you. You ready?
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. Here he comes. Right there. You got to say it.
Oh, what's going on, Ed?
What the hell's going on
Big Daddy
here?
Ed. One time.
Man. Yeah, it's not happening.
Really?
What's up,
Just
Ed?
say it. Just say it. Just let it roll off your tongue.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
We
You guys didn't ask the burning question.
What's your burning
I kept
question?
telling Dirty. I said to Dirty, let me on for one question from
Burning
the fans.
question.
One burning question from the fans, and he wouldn't do it. Dirty's
What's the
getting
burning
soft.
question?
I was going to ask her top or bottom.
We're gonna. I didn't get it in time.
You missed it.
And here I thought his burning question was, what kind of hemorrhoid cream should he use?
Did she hear what I said?
Yeah, she heard it.
Oh, I heard.
Okay. All
She heard
right.
it.
I heard, but being the lady that I am choosing to ignore it.
You know, you would have asked it in a heartbeat if I'd had the chance. Dude,
No. Sorry, Ed. Can't help you there, buddy.
No, we
You're about as soft as that secondary you got going on with that game that we just watched.
Listen. I'm not gonna let-
Did you see that run? That run should never have happened if that defense was on point and that secondary was not as soft. You know it. I know it. Even Ed knows it. I mean, come on.
Oh, we were at the game.
Am I lying?
We all three of us was at this game, and yeah, it was horrible.
we were all there, Amber. We
was
saw
all
it. Yeah.
there.
You ain't lying. It was pretty sad. But Amber, we had you on for a reason because you were just on the A team.
I was.
Talk about who you had on and why we're having you on
Man.
here right now.
You guys, you're not going to believe it. We had the phenomenal Dr. Erin Shannon, wife of the defensive coordinator for the DC Defenders, daughter of the famous St. Louis Cardinal announcer, Mike Shannon. Absolutely amazing, phenomenal woman. Don't let that name fool you guys. She does not stand in anyone's shadow. She has her own spotlight that she's creating, and she's absolutely amazing, combining Western, holistic, Eastern, all medicines and genres that she can to help the mind, the body, the spirit, the environment, everything that impacts us, as well as the players that she reaches out to and works with. It's amazing. She's got more credentials than anyone I've ever met in person. And I'll be honest, I felt intimidated, but she totally made me feel at ease. Absolutely amazing woman. And she speaks volumes.
Wait a minute, intimidated. Wait a minute.
I was intimidated. This
is
woman
incredible.
has more alphabet letters behind her name. I'm not PhD, MBA. I'm not joking. Like what she does for the various NHL, MLB, NBA, NFL, UFL, the list goes on. And that's just professional sports. We're not even speaking collegiate level. We're not speaking youth high school level. We're not getting into the female genre of the sports or the athletes, not to mention the front running political aspect that she's taking in regards to a holistic approach and combating the typical westernized, oh, you've got this, there's a pill for that. You know, like it's amazing what she has done. And I'm just looking forward to seeing her on a regular basis. I really hope that we have a spot for her to ask various burning medical questions. I look forward to hearing what she has to say every time she comes up to say it.
Oops.
Sir, did we just let something come out? You know, hey, but you can only find it right here. On
Man.
Fuel
Only
Sports
here.
Network.
Right here on
Only
Fuel Sports
here.
Network.
So yes, I'm
All
loving
right,
everything.
Amber, COO. Thank you for joining us. Hey, what time?
Thank you.
When can people find your show?
Hey guys, check it out. A-Team right there, Amanda and Amber with RC Woods. We're here Wednesday nights on Fuel, exclusively women on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central. Mark it. Get that Fire Stick and get that Roku. Let's get this fuel
Yep.
pumping, baby.
wait a minute. Are we live?
Yes, we are.
We're live. Why?
You might want to let me know that next time.
Why?
Ed.
It was too late.
Poor Ed.
This is after dark.
Ed, are you a top or are you a bottom?
See,
Did you
It's
ask
already-
me the question?
Oh my God, this is getting
Bottom
out of
every
hand.
time and twice on Sundays. That's what I got.
Oh
to say.
Jesus! Can we get back to the football? Can we get back to the football? Jesus! All right, Amber. Thank you for joining us. Have a good one, and everybody tune in to their show. Every
Yeah,
Wednesday
check it
right
out on
before-
Wednesdays.
That's right.
Bye,
Bye, Amber. See
guys.
you later.
Good.
Oh,
See, look how you
shit.
did the
I'm getting a
CEO.
phone
See,
call. The CEO,
you
the
will be
COO
getting
is
a-
going to be calling me,
yes.
getting me a.
You're getting a phone
screaming
call.
at me.
I didn't
because
do
I
it.
kicked her off before she could say
My
bye.
hands are here. My
I
hands
know,
are here.
right?
So yes. All right.
But yeah,
speaking
what a
of the
great
game,
show. If you guys haven't, go and
Yes.
check it out. And then literally right after this show, We have a new show starting called Girl Chat Sports right out of Las Vegas. So, Ed, you do realize, Ed, we are sandwiched between 5 women. B-Hog Live is sandwiched between 5
we
women.
get. So you're saying every Wednesday night we get a women's sandwich, huh?
We do. We get a women's sandwich every Friday.
I'm gonna get a lot of trouble.
She's not gonna like that. Mama Bear's like,
I'm gonna get
what
a
are you
lot
talking
of
about
trouble
down
for
there? A
this.
women's sandwich?
I'm gonna get in a lot
But,
of trouble. for this.
yes.
Yes, I am.
Yes, good doctor. She does use cannabis treatment. You can go and check out her website, all of that. I posted it right up here. Dr. Shannon, DrAaronShannon.com. You can go check our website out. Very great thing. And are you guys going to talk about the Battlehawks? We've already talked about the Battlehawks. Well, I mean, what do you want to talk about?
He has it.
What do you want to talk about?
He has it. Hey, the
Huh?
fact that Stephen Mitchell has returned and then Nico Bolden is now members of the Battlehawks now. So, interestingly enough, more wide receivers are in the mix because the injury report came out, sir.
I did.
The injury report came out, and Hakeem Butler is on that injury report.
What is it? Is it for his
Uh-oh.
hands? Is he going to? Maybe he needs to go to Dr. Aaron Shannon to get some work on his hands.
Hey, several people need to talk to Dr. Aaron Shannon, but I don't know because she's going to be torn between St. Louis and DC, and her husband is there with the DC Defenders, so she might be dealing with either them, or hopefully all of them.
No, I think she'll be okay. I think she'll deal with St. Louis. It's interesting to see. It's interesting to see that we drafted some more things. Daddy Ed, me and you had talked about it last week in Arlington. I'm going to ask you about it, but I mean, really, what we should have named this show was the Jay Peasy Show.
Yeah.
I mean,
10
you know,
receptions.
we could. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot. Jay Peasy Pearson, as Andy Banker likes to call him. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, isn't his name Jakor? His
Okay,
nickname is Jay Peasy, right?
You're doing this just to get it on everybody's skin.
Daddy
so
Ed. So what we saw from Jay Peasy and AJ McCarron, did it look like they were sitting in that quarterback room watching tape together of
Like,
Seattle
it was just
games? I told
You
you
know-
that's what it was going to look like. Did I not?
They definitely fed him into the offense, but he did put the ball on the carpet once. So let's slow your roll just a little bit.
Who did?
Who did?
Jay Peasy did.
One time.
JPC was 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's
on
right. He
targets.
was.
He'd never
10 out
missed.
of 10 and 100 yards.
He was 70.
No, I'm not
70.
saying he dropped a pass. I'm saying he fumbled.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Well, that
yeah.
was out of bounds, so that don't count. I don't count that.
No, it was right in the middle of the
But
field, dude. You
that's
couldn't
what-
miss
I
it.
think-
I don't recall that. That's
I
all.
think-
That's fake news.
I
That's
think,
fake
I think
news. I
still
don't
that's a
recall that.
surprise, though. That's still a surprise that in his. Thank you. Hey, 10 receptions, 70 yards. He got 10 catches in his debut with the Battlehawks. 10. And we was
Listen.
expecting him to get just like 5, and just do
Bluetooth
work.
disconnect tape.
Listen. I didn't think he was going to just get 5. What are you guys laughing about?
Some noises in the background.
Oh,
What
that's
was
me
the-
farting.
But
That was
hey,
me farting.
listen, good doctor. Just because it was 7 yards a catch, he had to get into the flow of the offense. All right.
Well, listen,
And
those 7 yards to catch are better than any of Kelsey's catches because I think that loser only averages about 2 yards a catch. 2
Bluetooth
yards a catch.
disconnect.
That's
What?
all I think what JPZ does.
What is that? What is that in the sound in the background?
I swear that's him.
I'm just doing it just to mess with you, Daddy Ed.
Bluetooth
Well-
disconnect tape.
You know what? I'm
Daddy Ed, this isn't B-Hog Live tonight. This is the XFLS.
you know
auction
what I'm
where we're on
calling the
professional.
offense now, don't you?
What?
You know what I got for my official name for the Battlehawks passing game is AJ and the Battle Dragons.
Oh my God.
That's good. You want some of this? Give them a little AJ and the Battle Dragons coming up, baby, right here.
Jake McCarron. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. gave him his
Listen.
whole LA nightstick.
As much as, listen, if they can sew this defense up and this secondary up on this defense, this team, when it gets down to week 7, when they go to Birmingham on May 11th, that could be the preview for the UFL championship game.
Could be.
I mean,
but here's my
listen,
thing. You got to change it up on the defense, man. Listen, I know Birmingham they're playing against Houston this week, so a lot of people are picking Birmingham, but I'm like, I said I was gonna fall on the sword because of what happened last week. I chose Arlington because I wanted Houston to get their first win. It worked. So I'm trying it again this time with Birmingham and falling on the sword, and I'm hoping that Houston beats them. But they can. That's the thing. And now we talk about Birmingham being right now untouchable. I think this Battlehawks team could do it if, like you said, they tighten up on defense. They got to tighten up.
I'm showing restraint. I'm going to exercise restraint. No, I'm going to exercise restraint.
Why?
Because you don't want me to start in.
Daddy Ed, this is the XFL STL talk show. This show is all about bashing. So go ahead. This is the most unprofessional professional show on the internet.
I was just gonna tell the doctor that I was an avid Eureka Wildcat football attendee for years and years and years, and I'd probably go out on a limb and say that this football that we're watching right now is probably a little bit better quality than what the Eureka Wildcats played. And just making reference to his comment last week about saying he's seen high school games that are better than this. So I'm just going to go out on a limb there. I think there ain't too many JPZs in the Eureka Wildcats conference. So we'll just leave it at that.
Is that where you're gonna leave it at?
Okay. Listen.
No, I mean, let's really look at this. I mean, Daddy, do you agree if this team sews up that defense, that this could be the team to beat?
Well, look
the
at
the team to beat.
Look at the time of possession against Memphis. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. You keep when your defense only has to, 38 minutes to 22 minutes for the Memphis game. When the defense only has to go out there for a very limited time and they get plenty of rest and a lot of coaching on the sideline because they're not out there very much. They don't have to work near as hard as they do otherwise.
No, I mean, yeah, it's ball. Well, I like how Chris says it. Ball control with the K there. I'd like to see us run a little more. Listen, if Saylor keeps running the way he is, I kind of have to agree with Scott. I'd really like to see this run game.
That's the way our offense is, man. You use the passing game to open the run game. Our run game, our rushing has been top notch in the second half in several games this season. And it's because our passing is opening up the rushing. So,
all right, we got to give some credit to the Battlehawk defense. I know we don't do that a lot on any of our shows, but they shut them out in the second half of last week's game. They didn't score a single point. All right, granted that they were able to. They got 17 in the first half, and a majority of that was in the second quarter. But in the second half, they shut them out. They didn't score at all. With no Peter, mostly out there on the field. So we can't sit here and act like this defense is just not just totally jacked
all right,
up.
well then here. So here's the question then, because their quarterback went down, right?
Yeah.
Cookus took a big time boom hit.
Yeah, he took a shot. That was for sure.
Yeah. Or is it that this, as much as I love Coach Flip and I love Coach Lake, is it that this defense for for the for Memphis just isn't that good. I love how he says they gave up 17 points on the defense, but I think I've seen the Chiefs win almost every. Hold on, didn't the Chiefs in every game last season only win by like 3 points?
Man.
That's all I got to say about that.
The point is
that's the NFL. That's the NFL, and they're supposed to be so good, but they only won their games by 3 points. Right there. That's what I think about the NFL and the Chiefs. Right there.
17 points in the way that they did it. That's the reason why I said they didn't do so hot. And in the second half, they cleaned it up because it looked like it was going to be a shootout at one point.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points. Yeah, they had a nice lead after one quarter. They gave up a lot of second quarter points. So
remember, they scored 17 themselves in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, we're going to sit here and act like that they weren't great. No, they really weren't. And then the second half, they turned up the heat because they got Cookus out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's what we need to see against DC this week. You know, this is a chance now. But as the injury report states, right now, today on Wednesday, we had 7 players that did not participate in practice.
That is true. We did.
The 2 that are limited.
Here's an interesting question, though, that I want you guys to answer about Coach Flip.
Okay.
You know, I know on the bottom line we've praised Coach Flip big time so far this season, but we're puzzled about one thing. When they played Birmingham and it got to the end of the game there and Coach Flip started calling timeouts, you know, when the game was over and he went out to midfield and was talking to Coach Holtz, you know, he wanted to make sure that Coach Holtz realized that why he was calling those timeouts and why he wanted to get Troy Williamson more work and wanted to make sure that Coach Holtz wasn't upset in any way because there was no disrespect meant. So then fast forward to this last game against St. Louis. They're down by 2 scores, but you know as well as I do, 2 scores is nothing. They had St. Louis with a minute some left in the game, 3rd down. They hold them on 3rd down and get the ball back. They've got over a minute. They got over a minute to try and score, do the 4th and 12 and get the ball back. And he let the clock run out with no timeouts. Explain that to me. Is that not that came across to me like he just wanted to get out of Dodge. He wanted the game over with and he wanted out of Dodge. How can you I mean, it's unexplainable to me why they didn't go for it. I mean,
I'll go first. I think, as you've seen, and we saw this last year with these newer head coaches and the way these rules are set up, that they didn't quite understand and comprehend the rules where certain coaches did, like Coach Beck. First-year coaches comprehended the rules. Coach like Reggie Barlow comprehended those rules. You had coaches like Hines Ward who didn't really quite understand it. Same with Terrell Buckley didn't really understand it. Are we seeing these USFL coaches in those last few minutes of the game not really understanding these new UFL rules? To me, that's what it looks like.
They had that rule.
If Skip Holtz can handle it, the other 3 can learn something from him.
I think Skip.
I'm
just saying how I see it.
Yeah, but didn't the USFL, they had a 4th and 12 last year. They had that rule all last year, didn't they? No, the XFL was 4th and 15. It was 4th and 12 for USFL.
He goes, call me. He goes, man, you guys just call me Super Bowl champ. Call me. Did he win a Super Bowl? I don't think he did. He sat on his couch and ate Doritos, and his team won a Super Bowl. He didn't win a Super Bowl. He wasn't out there. I love the good doctor, but he wasn't out there with them.
Shout out to Doritos.
That'd be like him if he says Eureka wins a state champion. He'd be like, call me the state champ.
4th and 12, right? Okay, 4th and 12 they had.
I love the good doctor, though. Oh, USF had the 4th and 15.
Well, the XFL had 4th and 15.
Yeah, so did we.
So
that's a question mark, man. Now,
anyway.
But still, even with that being said, man, DeFilippo didn't want to do it. And like you said, I have to agree with you, Ed. I think he just wanted to get out of Dodge because he thought there was no chance of really coming back at this point. He didn't want to lose another quarterback either.
Well, no,
yeah, they definitely were coming after Troy
Listen,
Williamson with their ears pinned back. That's for sure.
Yeah, the
care.
week before, Cookus
Did
got
not care.
nailed 7 times. He got
Oh,
nailed 7
man.
times and got destroyed. And then this week, I think it was he was sacked twice.
4 times against
4
St.
times,
Louis.
and then he
Yes.
definitely got a boom on him. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
he got his shoulder racked by having the ball stripped, but then that hit he took right after that on the same play. Yeah, you could tell that boy was hurting when he was coming off the field.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're starting to see it. And, we had said that coming by week 4, week 5, we were going to start seeing these teams really start gelling together. And we're seeing it, right? But now here's where it comes. But we're starting to see a lot of injuries. And it was funny because the girls on the A-Team show with RC asked Dr. Aaron Shannon, how do you treat these guys with these injuries and stuff like that? Now we're starting to see a lot of these injuries happening. And as much as I hate to say it, and I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, the Battlehawks are 1 injury away from being a terrible team.
Well, Travis Feeney is earning his time on the field. I mean,
do you guys agree with this?
Isn't Travis Feeney Pete's backup?
Yes, he is his backup now. Yeah, he is.
Are you?
Yeah, he was the backup to Pete.
Oh, right.
And so I think if nothing else, Travis Feeney may be showing that he deserves a little more playing time than what he was getting early on.
That's true. Oh, here he goes. It says another student said that he broke his bone. That's not good. But, I mean, do you guys agree with what the good doctor says right here? It's the injuries are because the camp is too short, no preseason?
Yes, I agree with that. I think they should start a little earlier. I know they're trying to do it in the wintertime or something, but they need something to go like indoors. You know what I mean? Because you got to warm up the bones, and they're going to be – I know they're outside and they have to deal with that, but you're also dealing with an off season, for the next 6 months or so until the new season, whenever the new season's supposed to start. So – which we don't have any idea as of right now as we sitting, but you just get into week 5. Yeah, and people are dropping like flies, man. But again, with a league like this, it's next man up.
It is.
And that's how they're using it. That's when somebody spoke about Kevin Atkins. I think it was Sabrina. Kevin Atkins is getting a spot with the Defenders. Right. And so at this point right now, he's probably not going to suit up and play. He'll probably suit up, but he won't play. Because he'll be listed as inactive, but he could be something down the road as long as he's getting his body in shape and whatnot. I know gameplay is different from when you're just sitting out there scrimmaging and practicing, but at the same time, at least getting himself body ready for the test ahead because he still wants to play. And all of these guys want to play because they want a shot. And they will go with whatever risk. It was unfortunate to hear today about Scooby Wright retiring.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, okay, now, I'm glad you said that. Let's go into it because, we only got about 5 minutes more left before our news show starts. Girl chat out of Las Vegas. Sports. We're just a couple weeks away. We're 2 weeks away?
From what, the Birmingham game?
Yeah. Right? 2 weeks away from the Birmingham game. Can you imagine if we go in there, winning our next 2, Birmingham winning their next 2, they're undefeated, so that would put them at 6-0.
6-0.
That would put us at 5-1. I mean, look, you got Steven Mitchell has just re-signed, but is he going to make that impact like Jay Peasy? I don't know. I think it'll take a little bit. I think
you utilize him I think they bringing him in because Darius Shepard's going to be out.
I agree.
But I think that's the reason why.
Let's look at this. We got DC, right? Listen, I love DC. I Chris, no offense. I love DC. I love Jordan Ta'amu. But without Abram Smith, that is not the same team.
And then they dropped Puka Williams.
Right. So I could see St. Louis just rolling right through them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Daddy
I
Ed.
don't think they're gonna roll.
I don't know,
It'll be close.
man. DC's one of those teams that
Sneak up. They can sneak.
until you beat it. We've never beaten them. We've never beaten them. Go back to 2020. We've still never
That's
beat them.
true. You're right.
So until we beat them, I mean, until you beat the man, you can't be the man. So I mean,
like seriously, man. But
I hope you're right. I hope we
Man,
go.
I'm
into
just
beat
saying,
them.
I
hope
see
you're
us
right,
rolling
dude.
through them.
I got the Battlehawks winning this game.
I do too.
Against it. I just don't
I
think it's
took
gonna be a
the
roll.
Battlehawks too, but
Matt, no
don't think
offense,
it's-
we're rolling. Watch here. I'm gonna predict a score. You ready? I'm gonna predict
way.
the score right now.
Oh God, get ready.
Dirty Nostris is gonna predict the score of the Birmingham or the DC and St. Louis game. You ready? We go in.
And we slay the beer snake.
We go in. We go in.
And we roll defense.
Say the score.
And we win 402
Oh,
to 0.
all right.
I knew that was
It's a
coming.
weird score.
I knew
It's
that
a
was
weird
coming.
score, man.
I knew that was coming.
Weird. Just straight
Yeah,
weird.
Matt
mess,
says
man.
right here. Matt says right here, 29-24, or Chris says 24.
That's a
20.
realistic score. I like that.
Well, I mean, look, yeah.
It's gonna go to the wire, man. I don't think it's gonna be where a lead is gonna need. They're not gonna need a 4th and 12. It's gonna go back and forth.
Look, I mean,
I
listen,
can
Matt
see it
is
happen.
right. They are 10-0 at Audi Field. So.
True. That is, yeah, and it's on a Sunday, so 11 o'clock Central Standard Time on ESPN. Yeah, during draft day, because not a lot of folks gonna be watching 4 to 7 unless somebody significant is gonna be on that in that draft. So
Hey, here she goes. They're going to play St. Louis hard. Mark Cast already talking smack. Well, of course, Reed's already talking smack because he ain't got a team. Reed always talks smack. I love Reed.
all right,
Love
gang,
Reed.
we got to get out of here, man.
All right, we got to get out of here. Pick it. St.
We
Louis.
said St. Louis. We all
St.
said
Louis.
St. Louis.
No, Daddy Ed said DC.
No, I
St.
did
Louis.
not. I said
Yes,
St.
you
Louis.
did. You said DC.
I said
All right.
St. Louis. Sorry, dude.
We got to go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll catch y'all next time for another edition of Beat. They'll be back. I won't.
No,
Catch
I'll see y'all
the-
Tuesday.
that was
catch
literally
the
quickest
bonus.
half an hour.
Catch the NFL draft bonus coverage tomorrow night.
Oh, you think so? You think that's going
7
to
to
happen?
9 on the bottom line.
CEO, did you know anything about that?
Nope. Goodbye.
Nope.